Yes, just shout it out. Oh, or not.
A question you've probably been asked a lot of times. The base question is, do you prefer drama or comedy? The more direct question is, out of Lois and Clark and B5, did you prefer playing drama with a bit of comedy or simple sleaze?
I think that was a question / insult. I'm not sure. Okay. I love comedy. I mean, you may be able to tell I enjoy comedy a lot, but I don't look funny. I mean, maybe I do to you, I don't know, but I don't often get cast in comedy because, you know, I have a square jaw and don't, you know, I don't know. I seem to get the stronger characters more than the victims, and I enjoyed the way that Joe would intersperse some comedy in Babylon 5. I always liked those moments, especially the moment in Crusade. Actually, Peter David wrote this episode. It was where Captain Gideon and I are having Chinese food, and there's some question about who my ex-husband was, and I responded, yeah, we both like to be on top. And then there's a spit take from Captain Gideon. So I like those moments. But Lois and Clark was more just, her character never really got to be developed the way I was sort of told when I took the part. And that's okay, because I left to go do a pilot that I was the star of called Galaxy Beat, where it was a sci-fi comedy called Galaxy Beat, where we were galactic peacekeepers, and I played Lieutenant Sheila Fleckstein, who always shook hands too hard and like punched guys too hard, making a joke, and she was always trying to get in touch with her feminine side, and it didn't get picked up. You know, it fell through the cracks of a change of administrations at CBS Network. But it was still a good gamble, because it would have been me and Gregory Harrison's show. I want to tell you guys something. I've met in my life a lot of New Zealanders traveling and hiking the Grand Canyon, which I do every year. And there's a certain sensibility that, for me anyway, is very similar to where I come from, where I grew up. And there's a sense of a little bit of rowdiness, but a handshake means you mean it. Am I right? Good. I'm glad I always felt that, and I'm glad to see that it's true. I saw a hand, I thought. Yes. Running, sorry.
What's the most fun you've had on Babylon 5?
Punching Jerry Doyle. Joe used to watch us at lunch, and it was like he was Diane Fossey observing the great apes or something. And then a few weeks later, we'd see things in the scripts that sounded very familiar. And I remember when Jerry read that script where I punched him, an excellent question, young lady. When Jerry read that script, he said, only in Hollywood would she be able to do that. And I said, well, you're safe as long as there's no brain wrestling. So we had a lot of good kind of karate mouth going back and forth there. Man, I really miss Babylon 5. I'll tell you, it's one of the few shows that I really, really wanted. As actors, we audition a lot, and you're used to not getting parts, but had I not gotten Babylon 5, I'd still be wearing a black armband. I really, really wanted it, and it meant a lot to me. I just thought of a Highlander story. There was a scene in Highlander where I meet young Duncan MacLeod at age 8 or 9, and I'm reading the script, and I'm looking at it, and I'm supposed to kiss him. And my mother was with me, and I said, I'm going to be doing time with that teacher. This is just wrong. But it turned out to be just a sweet little affectionate peck. And the next day, this boy brought me red roses to the set. So that's a memory that stands out from there. I was the Witch of Donan Woods. I just had the joy to do a part in a horror movie for Warner Brothers called Otis. And I do a takeoff on the 24-hour grief-mongering cable news people that stick a microphone in the faces of someone who just lost a child. And I really had fun letting them have it. And the director, Tony Krantz, let me improvise, which I'm always happy to do. And so if you see it, it's called Otis, O-T-I-S. Otis is the name of the serial killer, and I am the crime, the anchor person that interviews people and says things like, so tell me, in your heart of hearts, do you feel that your daughter is dead and decomposing like all the other girls? She's just vile, and I made her as vile as possible. How about a question? How about a question? Did you say something about the size of my boots? It's true. I always lie about my shoe size, and then I wonder why I'm hobbling around every set when they get me the wrong size. There's a new trend in reality shows called virility TV, and I just filmed and sold a show called Skid Kids. It's sort of the precursor. It's where kids would come up and who want to be NASCAR drivers. And I like fast cars, sorry. And also following the lives of theme park stunt performers who do more stunts in 1 week than a Hollywood stuntman does in a year. And the only red carpet they ever see is the bloody one that they land on 3 times a day. And so they're not those kind of, flavor of whatever. It's they're really. I mean, we strap 5-year-olds into go-karts that go 60 miles an hour. No, but they do that. They do that because not everyone can be born to the chrome, like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. or some of the. I can see everyone with a blank look on their face. I'm sorry, I don't know rugby, but I've watched it since I've been here, and I'm gonna get to know it.